guys enjoyed this video, remember to go ahead and subscribe for more RWBY videos. So, we are going to be reacting to the trailer that they showed. Now, let me just say, we were watching the live, and the live cut out for a while, and so we only got to see the very end, but apparently, there are more clips than the one we saw. So we did see Salem get the relic, and we did see the release date. It is November 7th, but there's apparently more stuff going on. I have seen on Twitter, we missed it. We missed a bunch of stuff at the beginning because the stream didn't transfer to the right clip. Like, it just had that RTX, when it had that RTX at home thing or whatever, like, technical difficulties on the stream. Oh, hello, Salem.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, she has it. Oh, my God. November 7th? Is that it? Was that it? Oh, my God.
Is that the Gorilla Grim? Is that like a new Grim?
Oh,
is it a dog?
You know what she's doing?
Oh,
she's trying to get the scent. She's trying to find Oscar or somebody else that knows the cool Jin.
Oh, shit.
She's gonna kidnap him.
Shit.
Right, that's what she's saying. She's saying,
that's what's happening.
I have questions for you, Lamp, but I need the one who can show me how, and the one that can show her how is like anyone from Team RWBY, but she probably doesn't know that. Maybe they are they're gonna kidnap somebody. Oh my God, they're gonna kidnap someone that knows Jin.
I didn't realize that.
Because, like, the one that knows how, that would be Oscar. But I feel like that Oscar wouldn't, you know what I mean? She could take anyone from Team RWBY. Anyone could get kidnapped.
Maybe that's what Yang is running from.
What?
Like,
She's
outside
the flying monkeys? They're like, yeah, we'll take that one. She seems like she knows. But they posted the full thing on Twitter. So we're going to watch it, and then we're going to discuss it. And I'm really, really excited. There was a lot of other cool news, but it was mostly, like, merch and stuff. This is, like, the big
new
event.
Video game,
you know
that's
what I mean?
dope.
New video game. We'll probably do a video about that. And so, okay, without further ado, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
This is only Salem's current target.
Right.
She's not hiding anymore, and once she's done here, she'll move on to the rest of Remnant.
Exactly.
We need to warn them.
There are people here who need us right now.
Oh, the hoverbike.
Damn.
About just.
Oh, look at that!
It's about all of Remnant.
Penny! Oh,
Oh, what was that?
Destroy Atlas, and with it,
Oh, the relic?
humanity has left.
Okay, hold on. Wait, but this is...
I have questions for you.
She talks to who is she talking to?
I need the one who can show me how.
No, like, she needs to show her how. But how, what? I think what Salem needs is, I have questions for you, Lamp, but I need someone to show me how. So she needs someone in Team RWBY to tell her about Jin. RWBY is basically saying Atlas isn't the only target. Like, Salem is going to move on to places like, hopefully we go to Vacuo, because some people don't think that we're going to for some reason.
Like global genocide or something?
She's not hiding anymore, and
Okay, so this is cool. So this is inside the belly of the whale, man. She just has this throne. That's epic,
That's
bro.
very
Oh
biblical.
my God.
She's
I
sitting
like
in the stomach of a whale.
Yeah, and like this is like the whale bones, right? Like that's really.
I've
cool.
always made the argument that Ozpin or Ozma and Salem's story have always felt biblical to me.
Yeah,
like the
I mean
fall
it
of
is
man.
right. Like
and
it's
now
Adam
that
and
you,
Eve type situation.
That's interesting. And so it takes, instead of taking like from history and mythology, they take place from like contemporary religion.
The thing about too, like what we have to keep in mind is that with a lot of myths, like, there are some Greek myths that had to do with the Greek gods that got converted into like Bible stories, and so we also have to think of that as well. Like I'm pretty sure, like when you think about like Pinocchio and stuff like that, there was obviously always the biblical thing there of them being in the stomach of a whale, and then that is how Pinocchio like redeems himself and becomes a real boy, right? Like there's a lot of intersecting, you know, with like religion, myth, and fairy tales, because they're all sort of from the same origin sometimes.
But I do like that they seem to keep on coming back to that.
Yes, exactly. That's really
they shouldn't get like too over the head on it, but like if he fights someone with a donkey's jaw or like poke some like deep threads Old Testament stuff.
But yeah, it's definitely.
Once she's done here, she'll move on to the rest of Remnant.
Oh yeah, she will. Hopefully we go to Vacuo, because a lot of people have said that we may not be going, but I feel like they're definitely going. Like they have to. They have to go to Vacuo. My babies.
I mean, how could you not?
My team Sun and Coffee babies. I don't know. Like lots of people think that this is gonna be the final fight against Salem, and that the series is gonna end here. And I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
like,
it's
why
like
do you guys think
didn't they say 14 seasons?
I don't
back in the day?
know, but yeah, Yang is running.
This is creepy, especially because I feel like this has the added imagery of we now know what like crowded metropolitan areas look like.
And now it's
just
just
no
empty.
one around.
And this is is also like a similar alley to what like Tyrion popped out of, so that's
just scary.
So basically, RWBY...
Days until last incident. I like that.
I think last nonsense. Here's what I think is happening. RWBY is saying, we're in an airship, let's fly away and tell the other kingdoms what's happening. But Ren is arguing, wait, like, we need to help the people that are here. I think that that's the dialogue, because RWBY said Salem is going to take Atlas and then she's going to move on to the world, so we need to, like, warn the world. But hear Ren. Listen to what Ren is saying here.
Wait, also look at Oscar. Do you think that's Ozpin, or you think that's just
I think
Oscar?
it's a little bit of both.
Because it looks, that's kind of like, I mean, I guess he was already fighting with us.
People here who need us right now.
See, so Ren is saying, but there are people here who need us now. What if they split up?
They look like, here's the thing,
This
they're
looks
all ready
Atlas,
to kick
though.
ass. They look like they're in Atlas, and Penny looks like she doesn't want to fight. So I'm thinking it might be against
Okay,
Ironwood
so I
or the
wonder if
Aesop's.
half of them split off into, like, Mantle to evacuate. Because that's what Yang, Jean, and Ren, and Oscar were all doing. They were evacuating. And what if Team RWBY went up to fight Ironwood?
What if this is going to be like season 4 and that is a split up RWBY season?
Well, I feel like, split down below and up above instead of just, like, a different
across
kingdom.
continent.
Right? That was cool. That little,
I think
dragon boy. We've seen stuff like... That looks like a pterodactyl.
I think that they might be fighting Ironwood or people that Penny wouldn't
I think Blake's hair is fixed.
It looks a little
that's
puffy,
Calxiyn approved. Then we have obviously Weiss's hair looks a little different. Is that just me? I think they thinned the braid. I think that they fixed her hair. I think
the braid doesn't look as chunky.
It doesn't look as fat because it's still fat, but it doesn't look as like.
With
Yeah,
the
they did
pH.
change Weiss's hair. I think that they changed Weiss's hair so it didn't look as much as those like little Italian cookies that my grandfather makes where it's just the
does
dough
kinda
crossing
look like
over.
those.
It looks much better. I think that they fixed her hair. Good job.
She still have 18 belts.
Yeah, everyone's ready to fight and Penny's just like, I don't want to do fighting today. This was nice.
We're still worried about
So let's listen to what Nora says now.
Isn't about just Atlas. It's about all of Remnant.
You're still worried about Mantle?
Who said that? Ironwood?
Yeah, you're still worried. That was
Okay,
still worried. So
so
he's
that's
given up on
interesting.
Mantle entirely.
Yeah, I guess he's given up, but I guess that's a conversation. Like, RWBY, I feel like that's why Nora and Ren are, like, at an impasse, because Nora's like, this is the entire world, right? Like, we can't, we have to go tell everyone else, but then Ren's like, well, we can't abandon Atlas, because people are already here to save.
Here's a theory.
Yeah?
They send the Aesops to go and find Penny to take her back to get
that
the
makes
thing.
sense, and that's why they're fighting Penny.
And maybe Ren betrays them.
Oh, why?
Just because he was kind of
Well, Ren is
wobbly
with
on
Yang
Ironwood.
anyway, so I don't
Yeah, but that's kind of, I guess they're not where Penny would be. Okay,
No.
so maybe
Maybe
they think they're in Mantle.
Maybe.
And so they send them down there.
But yeah, this is...
Sailor.
Yeah, so Aesop's looking very,
subtract-
looking very mad. Except, like, hair, like, she wants to go for it. I feel like Marrow looks a little reluctant in that facial expression,
I think we were onto something when we were talking about the idea of Marrow not being, like, 100%
I agree. I think
on the fascism
Marrow,
train.
I hope that Marrow, like, leaves. I hope that he leaves and he's like, fuck you, Ironwood. Like, I'm leaving, goodbye. Like, I realize that I don't want to be a cop. You know what I'm saying? Cinder.
It looks like she's kind of outside, like where she was when Neo handed it
it
off
looks
to
like.
her.
I mean, the snow is.
So I'm guessing that's from the scene when she hands it off to. That's the teeth in the background. So she's
that's
sitting
what I'm
on
saying.
the tongue.
She's in the mouth, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so Salem has the relic.
Remember, kids.
She doesn't know how to use it.
Remember, kids. Floss every night, or else you might get Salem in your teeth.
Oh boy.
You thought Ginger.
Has left.
Some Penny. Let's listen to Ironwood and what Ironwood said.
And with it, any hope humanity has left. So Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has.
So Ironwood sees Atlas as the hope for the rest of the world. If Atlas can't defend themselves, how can Vacuo, right? With less technology. I think that's his argument. This is pretty.
Yes, I love me like an open eyes when it booms. Where do you think they were driving away from into the desert? Where do you think they were going?
That basically, so in the short clip that we saw in the teaser, they basically say, oh, is it really safe to go to the crater or whatever? So I think those are the mines. Like, I think that all of the people are going to hide in the mines or something like that and evacuate the city. Because the mines are, like, safer because they've been cleared out. Like, there's no Grim in the mines. You know what I mean? Well, there is, like, abandoned mines. But yeah, she's trying to, like, get the scent. So Oscar, like, or whoever can tell her how to use the lamp. What is Salem's questions? What did you think she would ask? Because there's one question.
Wait. She knows that that's confusing. She knows that it can ask questions, but she doesn't know how to.
Okay,
rub
so
it, like...
you know what's interesting is like the relics. I don't want to say too much about the fairy tale book, but in the fairy tale book, there is sort of the implication that these magical artifacts have been the subject of fairy tales. So, for example, you have one where it's the crown of choice, and there's sort of the like it's heavily implied that that is the crown of choice, and that could possibly be the powers of the crown of choice. And so it wouldn't be impossible for Salem to know about the relics, but not necessarily know how they are activated, because that would be information that was given to Ozma, right, and all that stuff, but not to her. And so, like, she could hear about, you know, some crown that, like, had some king do this, and this, right, like, whatever's in the fairy tale book, and she could be like, fuck, that's a relic, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah, and so she needs to know Jin's name to summon her, basically. So she needs to kidnap someone that knows Jin's name.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, that's rough.
God damn, man.
Okay, so, like, there are some things that... So there are some absences in this. We don't know what Pietro and Maria, because they picked them up on the ship.
They were not in anywhere.
We see a scene where it looks like Ruby and them hug.
So, okay, let's talk about this. People are saying that this is the hospital and that Clover may still be alive. I think that this is the morgue. Like, it looks like that there's a dead body under the sheet, and the Aesops are, like, saying, you know, their last goodbyes.
But typically morgues have, like, shelves.
I don't know, there's cupboards in there. I don't know, like, I'm looking at that.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know, it could also be Freya's body. Maybe, like, they found Freya.
Yeah, that was my initial guess.
After the stuff that happened with Winter, and so now they know, like, the maiden powers escaped. We haven't seen Winter. We haven't seen Winter at all. That's interesting as well. But yeah, a lot of people, guys, do not get your hopes up for this being Clover. Because this looks like the Freya area, so I feel like that they're probably just looking at someone's body, guys. Do not get your hopes up for somebody being alive, because I'm, like, Freya we know is 100% dead, and I'm pretty sure that Clover, like, the light drained from his eyes, I'm pretty sure that they would not bring him back to life.
Don't know what would have happened to the Happy Huntresses.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't show up in this, so would they be probably in the scenes when they're in Mantle
probably
trying to rescue people?
You know what else we haven't? Well, no, Robin's in jail, so we could also get a third split where they're trying to break Crow out of prison as well.
Also, what's his face? Mustachio Wario Mad Guy.
Watts? Watts is also in prison,
Watts
right?
Is in prison.
Maybe the Happy Huntresses would try to get Crow and Robin, maybe would try to get them out of jail.
Maybe there's some information that Crow and Robin have that they need. Maybe when you see the scene of Penny looking scared and the rest of them pulling out their weapons, maybe they're going to bust them out of prison.
It's possible too. Like, I personally, like, I don't know if I want Crow to do this, but I could see him working with Watts for the sake of all of them escaping, because Crow has already worked with one villain, so Watts may be like, you want to stop Ironwood? I know the best ways to do that, because I used to work for him, so, like, if y'all want to, like, work with me, like, we both want the same thing, Crow, revenge on Ironwood. Like, I could see them do something like that.
Never trust a Waluigi. But also, I feel like Crow, if it's just regular bars... Like, he could turn into a bird and fly out.
Yeah, imagine, and he's just like, see you later, Robin!
Remember last time around we thought the end credits was gonna be, like, Raven shows up?
Oh my god.
Maybe Raven shows up and saves
Raven
the day.
Watch 2020! But yeah, we have a lot...
I forgot about Raven Watch.
We have a lot here to work with, but I feel like
we don't see Neo, we don't know, because she looked a little pissed. Maybe Neo goes and helps. I still want her to turn into Pyrrha.
What
I still want that so bad.
What if that's what they're fighting? You know, like, when, like, everyone wants to fight except for Penny? Like, what if it's Neo? Because maybe Neo's just, like, I'm, like, surrendering, but everyone else knows Neo is bad except for Penny. What if Penny can, like, almost see through, you know what I'm saying?
If Penny, one thing, if Neo becomes on their team, that will kind of suck because we miss Penny, like, really fucking with Jean, where she turns into Pyrrha.
Oh, you mean Neo?
Sorry, Neo turns into Pyrrha.
Yeah.
But also you could get, like, a switcheroo where you're right, where she turns into Penny, and they do, like, it's like, open up the lock. Do it. Open it. And then she turns into Neo, like, gives a finger and jumps away. I imagine that might happen.
Oh my god. But yeah, we have a lot, like, there was a lot to talk about just in these. I don't think there's anything else per se.
I think we talked about, like, everything.
I think we pretty much
She looks like she's about to kick someone's ass in that scene, so I wonder, can you tell? It's too close on Penny's face, so you can't really tell.
Yeah. Now at this point, we're just like theorizing a little bit. I think half of people are gonna go try to stop Ironwood again. Half of the people are gonna go below. As for why the Salem cloud has not advanced, I definitely think that Salem is gonna be like, hey Ironwood, last chance. If you give me the relic, no one gets hurt. Because she tried to say that to Ironwood the first time. She tried to say that in Volume 7, right? Like when she popped out of the bag. So I think that that's why there is a current ceasefire, but still an evacuation, getting everyone out of the crater.
Yeah. Maybe it's like, give us Ozpin or
give us Ozpin or whatever, like, you know, and that's what Ironwood is trying to tell the Aesops. Ironwood's like, you guys need to go get this to save Atlas, because Salem has said that they, you know, Salem won't hurt Atlas if we just give her what she wants.
Salem isn't willing to play like clean because she's
I don't think she's willing to play clean, but she also might. But I feel like Salem's actually being honest, because again, like, why would you want to kill everyone instead of ruling over them, right? So there's that element as well sometimes. I feel like as long as Salem gets what she wants, she'll probably be okay. But yeah, so I guess those are sort of the finalities of it, is that I feel like that there's a ceasefire on the Grim Cloud, that Salem has basically said, hey, give me this, and no one gets hurt to Ironwood. Ironwood's gonna start looking for Penny, because Winter has probably explained that Penny was the one that got the maiden powers. There's gonna be a split where some of them go below to help Mantle, and then some of them go above to talk to Ironwood. But I think that beginning, like this fight that we're hearing, I think is probably at the very beginning of the volume, where they're all in the airship and they're like, okay, well, we can leave or we can stay here. And I guess that they decide to stay, right, instead of going to warn the other kingdoms. What also may be possible is that Pietro and Maria leave to go warn the other kingdoms in the airship, and then leave Team RWBY here, and Team Juniper here.
I think that would also make it that they wouldn't be able, it would be hard for them to then get from the top level to the bottom level.
Yeah, so I guess maybe they would just drop off Team RWBY, like in the airship, and be like, are you guys sure about this? And then RWBY will be like, I'm sure. You and like Maria, like, go to the other kingdoms and tell them what's going on. I feel like that would be like a galaxy brain plan that they could use, because like we don't see the plane again in any of this, and that's why there could be sort of that divide.
There's only so much meaning and evidence we can find in a 40-second clip.
I think we've taken a lot out of it. I think we've done a good job analyzing what we currently have. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.